Good morning. It is 7:19 a.m. on Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Well, I say I just got up, but I was actually just scrolling Twitter a little bit and came across a fairly upsetting Twitter thread about someone talking about both their father and brother dying of COVID while at the same time they were refusing medical treatment, not going to the hospital, and believing all sorts of disinformation and such about the pandemic, which is just, upsetting. I don't know what you can do about some of that stuff. I think it's important to try to do your best to to combat the disinformation where you can, because people literally die from it. As much as we'd all like for the pandemic to be done, it is not. We're still at, more than 1,000 of people dying every day in the U.S. I'm glad that the vaccines are so available for the people who are willing to go get them. But, it just reminds me of how in the last, the last little while, maybe 15 years or so, maybe, is where it's not like it's a recent thing. It's more just that I remember my thought process evolving from the period where in movies or TV shows or whatever, the idea of, a conspiracy theorist was funny, like it was a joke character. But they're scary, they can be anyway. There's some that are relatively harmless, but what I think is interesting about the whole mindset is that it is definitely not about people being stupid, right? That's not what's happening. Because I recall there was a brief period where I found myself going down kind of a rabbit hole of one particular conspiracy theory that I won't get into at the moment, but I had definitely gotten into this process of I don't know, this seems weird. This guy's making some interesting points. I don't know the answers to these questions he's asking. Is he maybe right about this? And then it took me, I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't know that there was anything specific that snapped me out of it. It was really, I think, more just that there was a certain point where this guy who had been pretty reasonable was as he was going down the rabbit hole himself, this guy who I had been reading his blog, I think he just he crossed some threshold where I was like, wait a minute, I don't think that's true. And as soon as I kind of broke away from that piece of it, it was like, whoa, wait a minute here. And but the point just being, I felt that pull. And this pull to feel like everyone else thinks that X is true, but you're the one of the few who understands that what's really happening is Y. And that, the people who believe X just want to make money and sell you all this stuff. And the problem is some conspiracies of that type do exist. Look at, for example, the tobacco industry, right? They did for years deliberately obstruct research and everything that showed how bad smoking was for you. And they did it because they wanted to keep selling cigarettes and make money. I keep noticing I've got the Pepto gizmo behind me. It looks like it's a promotion or something like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just the point just being, a lot of these conspiracy theories they're ultimately not rational, but they are enough similar to things that really do happen that they don't feel like, they're not stupid on the face of them beyond just being not true. Because I think in a lot of cases it's just, I don't know, this is certainly a more complex subject than I can solve in my daily little videos here. But yeah, it's just, a Twitter thread today was just kind of a reminder that there's still a lot of that out there. And I don't want to say the pandemic is still happening just because of people like that, because it was very serious to begin with, for sure. Did not require these conspiracy theories to continue making the pandemic dangerous, but sure doesn't help either. In any case, yeah, I will be okay. This is not me settling into depression as much as just like, yeah, all that's still happening, which is a bummer, but makes me happy that, I got my vaccine, I got my booster shot. I'm doing what I can and trying to, I don't know, be safe, given that still out there, folks. It is. It's so, please be careful. And remember too that, like, just because, even if you got vaccinated, there are people who can't for medical reasons, for example. And a lot of even though kids don't do as badly on this, with the coronavirus, there's a lot of kids who still can't get it yet. And, and for that matter, even the people who refuse to get the vaccine, I don't want them to die either. So let's all try to still be careful out there, okay, everybody? Anyway, I'll leave it there for now, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.